Hey everyone, welcome to TamiFlix English Voiceover. Today we are going to talk about the unforgettable movie 7J Rainbow Colony. 7J Rainbow Colony is a touching story about love, heartbreak, and growing up. Join us to explore this beautiful movie together. At the start of the movie, you see the hero Kadhir getting ready to go to his office. While going to the office, it is raining, but Kadir still goes to the office getting wet. Kadir is thinking about Anitha, who is his lover. In the evening, Kadir goes to the beach to meet Anitha. While waiting, Kadir starts to think about his love story. Let's dive into the flashback. This was Kadir's young age. He was studying at college. Kadir has one younger sister. He had friends in neighborhood. Lakshmi was his best friend. In the morning, Kadir's father shouted at him and asked him to go and buy the milk. Kadir woke up and went to buy the milk with his friend. This was his daily routine at home. It was a result day, and Kadir was getting arrears in his studies. That night, Kadir's father asked him about the result. Kadir said that he had failed in 5 subjects. Kadir's father got angry and beat him. Kadir's mother tried to stop him. Kadir's father, feeling worried about the situation, and shouted at him. He said that from a young age he had been taking care of the family. Kadir's father desired that his son would get a good job and take care of the family responsibility. But Kadir was not like that. He was roaming around with his friend and doing unnecessary things. Kadir's father got angry and asked him to leave the house. That night, Kadir got angry and drank with his friends. That night, a new family moved into the colony. That was Anitha's family. In the morning, while sleeping on the terrace, Kadir heard some sound. Anitha was studying. Kadir saw her excitedly and wake up his friends. Kadir's friends Lakshmi tried to start a conversation, but Anitha didn't pay attention to his words. In the next scene, Kadir's mother welcomed Anitha's family to the colony and brought them coffee. But Anitha's family was focused on religion, so they didn't get close to their neighbors. In the next scene at the bus stop, Kadir's friend Rajesh said that he had started to love Anitha. Rajesh said that she was studying at a college. In the meantime, Anitha's father dropped her off at college. Kadir and everyone looked at her. In the next scene, Kadir and his friend went to the cinema. In the meantime, Anitha also came with her friends. While watching the movie, Kadir and his friends shouted. Anitha's boyfriend Kishore asked them not to disturb them. Kadir warned him and they started to fight. The theater owner came and stopped their fight. He asked Kishore to leave the theater. Kishore got angry and left the place. Kadir came out of the theater and scratched Kishore's car. Anitha felt that Kadir was a rowdy. Kadir left the place. While going back to the colony, a colony association member requested them not to sleep on the terrace because in the morning girls studied at the place and felt uncomfortable. Kadir asked who made the complaint. The person replied that it was Anitha. In the next scene, Anitha's brother requested Kadir to join in his game. Kadir asked him to bring his sister. Anitha came and requested Kadir to join her brother in his game, but Kadir refused her request. Anitha left the place angrily and started to play with the children in the colony. In the next scene, Anitha came to Kadir's home to give a vessel. Kadir's father asked Anitha about her studies. He added that Kadir was not good at studies. Kadir shouted at his dad because it became a shame for him. In the next scene, the colony people celebrated Republic Day. Kadir also joined the celebration and started singing a song with his friends, but everyone teased them for singing. Kadir's friends got angry and left the place. Then Anitha started to dance to a song. Kadir and his friend intervened and spoiled Anitha's performance. Anitha got angry and left the place. That night, colony people watched a movie together. Kadir was also watching it. Anitha came and sat behind Kadir's sister. Suddenly, Kadir's mother called his daughter, so she left the place. Anitha, without realizing it, placed a hand on Kadir and spoke something. Suddenly, Kadir felt something different and started to fidget. Anitha realized it was Kadir and ran to her house. That night, Kadir dreamed about Anitha's touch. The next morning, Kadir said that he loved Anitha, so he warned Rajesh not to bother Anitha. Rajesh got angry and asked Kadir, "Does Anitha loves you?" Kadir said yes and told him to watch Anitha when she crosses the bus stop. Anitha crosses the bus stop with her dad. While crossing, Anitha looks at Kadir and he starts smiling. Rajesh started to fight with Kadir. Kadir's friends tried to stop the fight. Rajesh got angry and left the place. From the next day onward, Kadir started to follow Anitha wherever she went. In the next scene, Kadir sent his sister to give a letter to Anitha. Then Kadir's friends advised him that girls like Anitha won't love people like them. But Kadir misunderstood and told them to leave the place. In the next scene, Kadir planned to propose to Anitha. In the crowded bus, he went near Anitha. Anitha felt disgusted when Kadir stood behind her. Suddenly, the bus driver applied the brake and Kadir touched Anitha wrongly. Anitha got angry and slapped Kadir with her slipper. They went to the police station to file a complaint against Kadir. Kadir's friends requested Anitha not to complain about him because it would spoil his life. They told her they would inform Kadir not to disturb her again. Anitha withdrew the complaint and they all went home. That night, the colony people followed a traditional festival. According to the tradition, a girl offers prayers to the moon and looks at her husband or fiancé through a window. Lakshmi pointed to Anitha's fiancé Kishore and said that he was going to marry Anitha. But Kadir, not knowing this, went to propose Anitha. In the crowd, Rajesh and others teased Kadir, saying he had disappeared for a few days. Lakshmi went to Kadir's home and brought him back to the festival. The girls started teasing Kadir by singing the song he sang on Republic Day. Kadir tried to move away from the place. While moving, Anitha saw Kadir's face through the window and got shocked. Lakshmi stopped Kadir and Kadir started to sing a song about his love failure. Everyone started to dance with him. That night, Anitha's friends explained to Kishore what Kadir had done to Anitha. Kishore called his friend and asked him to arrange for people to beat Kadir the next day. Anitha requested him to stop, but Kishore didn't listen. Then Anitha brought Kishore to her home. Kishore tried to hug Anitha, but she didn't like it. Suddenly, someone rang the doorbell. Kishore opened the door, but nobody was there. Again, Kishore came near Anitha and tried to kiss her. Again the doorbell rang, but nobody was there. Anitha realized that it was Kadir ringing the doorbell. Suddenly, Anitha's family came and Kishore left the place. The next day, Kishore arranged people to beat Kadir. Anitha came there and tried to stop it, but Kadir started to fight with them. Kadir beat everyone and Kishore escaped from the place. Kadir explained to Anitha how much he loved her. He advised her not to marry Kishore because his behavior was not good. Kadir said that his father always beat him and never shown affection toward him. That's why he had grown up like that. Kadir explained that if she stood by him, it would make him happy. He added that Anitha should know her worth and Kadir kept her in his heart. He advised Anitha not to compromise for her parents' choice. Kadir said he won't disturb her again from that day onward and left the place. A few months after their separation, Anitha's mother asked Kadir's mother to take care of Anitha for 2 days since they are going to wedding. But Anitha had exams, so they couldn't bring her along. Kadir's mother accepted it. That night, Kadir's sister Anu bring Anitha home and they had dinner together. Kadir's mother advised Anu to stay with Anitha that night. Anitha started studying and Kadir brought coffee for Anitha. That night, Kadir helped Anitha with her studies. The next morning, Kadir advised Anitha to come with him on his bike to the college. But Anitha refused. Later, she realized it would be late if she took the bus. So Anitha decided to go with Kadir. Kadir waited there until Anitha finished her exam. Anitha got angry and asked, "Why are you waiting for me?" Kadir said that it was friendship, but Anitha didn't accept it. While walking, Anitha said that she didn't want his friendship. Kadir asked why. Anitha said that Kadir's looks were bad. Kadir said that Anitha was afraid she might fall in love with him. Anitha laughed loudly and asked, "Did you look at your face in the mirror?" Kadir felt very sad and started to cry. Anitha stopped him and asked, "Why are you crying?" Kadir replied that Anitha knew that Kadir had been following her for the last 6 months. Kadir asked why Anitha didn't say no to him the next day after he started following her. Anitha had no answer. Kadir said that he loved her very much and wanted to take care of her for his whole life. Anitha went back home and thought about Kadir's word. Suddenly, Anitha's mother advised her to ask some money from Kishore to pay the interest. But Anitha came near the window and saw Kadir outside. From the next day onward, Kadir started following Anitha again. Kadir proposed his love again, but Anitha didn't accept it. That night, Kadir said that he won't propose to her again and he just wanted to be her friend because Kadir couldn't live without Anitha. He just wanted to see her every time. But Kadir couldn't control his feelings for Anitha and begged her to love him. Anitha asked him to leave the place. Kadir felt very sad and tried to leave. Then Anitha called him and said that she would come at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning to study. Kadir became excited and set an alarm to wake up. The next morning, Kadir and Anitha started to discuss. Anitha advised Kadir Kadir to first take care of his career. She would also complete her studies and go to a good position. But Kadir won't listen to Anitha and hugged her. Anitha pushed him away and said that was not love. This was just affection. Anitha added that once he went to a good position, they would decide about their marriage. From the next day onward, Kadir started to study with Anitha's help, but it didn't work. During the exam, Kadir couldn't remember anything, and that evening he tried to commit suicide because he couldn't do well on the exam. Anitha and Lakshmi rescued him and asked, "Why are you doing this?" Kadir replied that he couldn't do the exam well and that he was not suited for studying. Then Anitha asked, "What do you know?" Kadir replied that he didn't know anything. Then Lakshmi said that Kadir was good at work, like being a bike mechanic. Anitha took him to the Honda company and asked him to arrange the spare parts for the bike. But Kadir didn't do it properly. Anitha took him to the restroom and slapped him. Then Anitha said that she loved him. Anitha asked, "Don't you want a girl like me to be your wife?" Then Kadir came and started his work perfectly. Anitha left the place. That night, Kadir treated his friends to celebrate getting the job. Anitha came there and asked, "Did you tell your father?" Kadir said no, and that his father won't understand his feelings. Kadir said that his father had beaten him many times like a dog. Then Anitha advised Kadir to inform his father about the good news. Kadir gave the offer letter to his father and said that he got a job. Kadir's father said, "Why didn't you decide this before studying? Now the money is wasted." Kadir got upset and went to sleep. That night, Kadir's father looked at the offer letter and discussed it with his wife. Kadir didn't sleep and listened to what his father was saying. Kadir's father was afraid that if he acted nice to Kadir once he get a job, Kadir would think his father was acting for the money. That's why Kadir's father didn't congratulate him. Kadir's father said that he would be proud of Kadir from now on because his son got a job. From now on, no one should ask why his son didn't go for a job. Kadir started to cry while hearing these words from his father. From the next day, Kadir started going to the office, and in the evenings he spent time with Anitha. After a few days, Anitha's mother found out that her daughter loved Kadir. She beat Anitha and told her to forget him. Anitha's mother got a list from Anitha of the gifts she had given to Kadir. Then Anitha's mother went to Kadir's house and asked him to return all the gifts. Kadir tried to keep Anitha's passport size photo, but Anitha's mother asked him to return it. Then Kadir cried and returned it. The next day, Anitha's family vacated the house at night without anyone knowing. Kadir and his friends tried to search for Anitha everywhere. That night, Anu said that Anitha had called her and gave her the address. The next morning, Kadir went to the address and waited for Anitha. Anitha's mother saw him and called the police. The police arrested Kadir and beat him. Kadir's friend came with his father and the police warned Kadir before releasing him. But Kadir went there again. This time, Anitha's mother asked Anitha to go and ask him to leave. Kadir then left the place. In the next scene, Anitha's friend Shweta came and said that she needed to take Anitha with her for marriage. Anitha's mother advised her friend to take care of Anitha. After leaving the house, Kadir came with his friend and stepped into the car. Shweta's auntie didn't accept this, but Shweta convinced her that they loved each other and asked her to help them. Then Shweta's auntie accepted. They went to a hotel and booked a room. Kadir wanted to discuss his life with Anitha, so he needed a separate room for them. Initially, Shweta's auntie refused, but later she accepted. Anitha and Kadir spent that night together. The next morning, Anitha said that they should go home and see what happens. Anitha added that at least for one day she had been happy with Kadir, but Kadir wanted to marry her. Anitha refused because her father was a heart patient, and if he heard this news, his health condition would worsen. So Anitha decided to leave the hotel. Kadir followed Anitha and tried to convince her. While crossing the road, Anitha and Kadir met with an accident and were admitted to the hospital. Kadir regained her consciousness and asked about Anitha. Kadir's friend tried to hide that fact that Anitha has passed away, but Kadir insisted on seeing Anitha's body. Kadir went to the mortuary room and confirmed that it was Anitha. Kadir was shocked and left the mortuary room. The police came and inquired about the accident. Kadir said that it was his mistake and that Anitha was a good girl. Anitha's mother knew the truth. She cried and blessed Kadir for not spoiling her daughter's image. Then Anitha's mother didn't file any complaint against Kadir. From that day, Kadir became mentally affected by Anitha's memory. In the next scene, Kadir tried to commit suicide, but nature didn't allow him to die. Kadir started to caressate Anitha and hugged her. Anitha advised him not to commit suicide and told him to take care care of his family. She said that she would always be with him. Anitha encouraged him to move on with his life. The flashback ended there. Kathir was waiting for Anitha at the beach, and Anitha came. Kathir gave their flowers to Anitha and began explaining what he had done throughout the whole day. They started walking together. The movie ended there. Hope everyone is enjoyed this voiceover. If you want me to give the voiceover for any movie, just put the movie name and year in the comment. Thanks for hanging out with us and watching this movie 70 Rainbow Colony. Remember to like, share and subscribe to TamiFlix English Voiceover for more cool stuff. See you all.